Hi Soul Fam, happy Monday. Welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday. My name is Frances. If we haven't met before, I am a tarot card reader, a tarot card deck creator, which you can get all the information if you love this deck in the description box below. I am also a Reiki master healer and teacher, spiritual channel, pretty much all around woo-woo girly, and I love it. And I'm so excited to be connected with you here today. Let's go ahead and dive right in for our reading this week. Okay. Oh, before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to this video if you haven't already, or to this channel rather, if you haven't already, for your readings every single Monday. But whenever you are seeing this video, please trust it found you at exactly the right time. But if you want them every Monday in real time, hit that subscribe button. Alrighty. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed, and protected, and theirs as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team, and each and every person who is here, welcoming their team forward. Yes, welcome, welcome. Oh, it feels very celebratory today. New energy, very light. I know we have our new moon this week, tapping into new beginnings, co-creating what we want, and trusting what we receive back is meant for us in our perfect divine time, exactly as it's supposed to be. So again, that word co-creation, you putting forth effort and then receiving back the balance of effort and ease. If you've ever practiced yoga, that's likely been said in one of your classes before. And it's such a beautiful lesson. The balance of effort and ease. All right, what do we need to know this week? Okay, single card, two cards. Let's dive in. First card. Okay, whenever we get heavier cards in tarot, I always like to preface that there are no bad cards, okay? This is why we do these on Mondays, so that come the week, the next 7 days, Monday through Sunday, and until you see the next video on Monday afternoon, if you watch it, again, this is not a must, it's just nice to have, right, this extra guidance. It's so we can plant a little seed for the week. Be mindful of what's to come. Okay, so our first card this week is the Tower. The Tower card arises when things feel overwhelming, when things feel a little bit too much to handle, when things have been built on shaky ground and it starts to feel like life is falling apart around us. It starts to feel like everything is crumbling or slipping through our fingers. The guidance with this card, two things. Number one, let it fall. Let it slip through the fingers. Let it fall apart. We need to see, they're saying like see the studs. They mean like, like tear a house down to the studs. To see the foundations so that we can be like, oh my gosh, like that wasn't built correctly anyways. We need to break it down and rebuild. That's part one, let it fall. Number two, build smaller towers. So instead of life like stacking up upon itself, I want you to practice healthy compartmentalization. So you have a little tower over here, family life, a little tower over here, work, a little tower over here, personal development, a little tower over here, friendships, a little tower over here, whatever else it is. So that way, if one is shaky, you're not like, oh my God, my whole life is falling apart, right? It's not like a tower built on top of itself where if one ground crumbles, the whole thing comes tumbling down. No, it's, hey, this tower is built is falling apart a little bit. This one specifically needs my attention, but hey, all these other ones are actually good. My life is not falling apart. This one thing or two or three things feel very overwhelming, and yeah, they are kind of breaking down so that I can rebuild them correctly. But life is okay. Life is good. I'm a little overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that need my attention. And instead of being like, I have to handle everything, it's I can just focus on this thing right now because this is what needs my attention right now. So even priorities this week, right? What actually does need your attention first? It's okay to give that thing your full undivided attention. You're going to be able to rebuild there a lot quicker and with a lot more ease than if you're trying to do a million things at once. So this week, I want you to be mindful of your overwhelm. Understand that things might be falling apart actually so that they can be put back into place correctly. and focus on one thing at a time, knowing that just because 1, 2, or 3 things feel like they're crumbling, life is still okay. Your whole life is not falling apart. It's just these few things. So don't get swept up, okay? Try to stay grounded and just know, okay, I'm remodeling right now. I'm ripping everything down to the studs so I can make it exactly what I want it to be. Okay? Cool. That actually goes with our new moon energy of like, what is to come, right? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to allow to crumble? What have I been holding on so tightly to that maybe is trying to fall apart that I just need to let it go so that I can see it clearly and rebuild it properly? Okay? So thinking about that this week. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's in the energy. It's not just you. You're good. Take it one step at a time. Okay? Okay. Next card, 8 of Wands. Okay. You guys gotta be easy on us, or you gotta be kind with what's happening. This is another card of overwhelm. 8 of Wands is literally like, it almost feels like, you know, when you go outside, if you have long hair or if you're wearing a scarf or something and it's super windy and it's like your hair is flying in your face, or if you're in the ocean and you get tumbled or something like that and you come up and you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck? That is a little bit of energy of 8 of Wands. So again, we had this guidance last week. It is trickling through to this week with the Page of Wands last week. This week, practice grounding. Again, guidance from the Tower, healthy compartmentalization. I want you putting plans in place. Get the help that you need in whatever capacity that is going to be for you, be it, childcare. You ask someone to loan you a 20 because you forgot your wallet, whatever it might be. 8 of Wands is saying, hey, things are getting swirled up, so you need to stay grounded so you don't get swept up into it. That's the second time they've given us that message already. Grounding this week is so important. You're going to feel like you need to be rushing. Presence, acceptance of where you are. I'm going to give you an example of this that happened this morning, and it has to do with what's happening right now in this tarot card reading. Long story short, my husband had to work today and he wasn't planning on it. So I was like, oh, okay. Childcare, because I have clients, I have to work. I'm excited to work actually. But still, I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't have anyone to care for her because he was supposed to be home. And then I wanted to film this, and I was like, it might have to be a Tuesday thing. This might not be coming out on Monday. And I was like, all right, it is what it is. Acceptance, it's going to be okay. My energy, my stress levels were like, no, because I had made this promise that things come out every Monday, and then all the stress that happens in my head. I know it seems like a small thing, but to me, this is very important to me. It's like a big part of how I love to connect with you and part of my service here and part of my life's purpose. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't deliver on Monday. Well, my daughter was really tired and went down for her nap early and literally bought me this hour to be able to sit here and do this. And instead, it was like the moment I was like, you know what, it's okay, I can film it on Tuesday, was the moment she started rubbing her eyes, right? So that, to me, that idea of surrender, of like grounding and presence of, you know what, it's actually okay. The video can come out Tuesday. And then actually she's like, Mommy, I'm tired, right? In her way of telling me that. I was like, oh wait, I can actually do this today. Amazing. So not letting myself get caught up in the panic of trying to make it work, right? That's the balance of effort and ease. Effort of, I can do this tomorrow. I still want to do this. I can do it tomorrow. And ease of like, it can happen in its own time. And then Spirit was like, oh, here you go. We are going to give you this time. Okay. So again, that idea of not being swept up, it's actually all okay. It's going to feel like you're rushing. It's going to feel like you need to go. Like how I was this morning. I was like, okay, I got to do this. I got to clean the house. I got to do this. I got to do the work. And actually, I was like, wait a second. Everything's fine. Let's just be here now. And then the path was cleared. So that's just a very brief example of how this might come about for you. But again, you're going to feel like you're in a rush. And I want you to challenge yourself to actually slow down and practice presence, be where you are now, because that will allow the madness of the energy to settle down so you can actually walk through a not windy day instead of trying to walk through a tornado. Okay? So accept where you are as you are instead of trying to rush through it. Don't get swept up in that energy. Don't get swept up in that stress as best as possible. It's all working out for you, and how you're going to receive, how you're going to be in the ease, is by practicing presence and grounding. Okay? Okay. Then we have these two cards over here. Ooh, love this for us. Okay, Seven of Swords and Three of Wands. This week, it's very important that you are carving out time just for you. Seven of Swords, this could be a spa day. This could be 20 minutes to shower with the door locked. This could be going on a walk by yourself. This could be, going to bed an hour early and getting to actually just like cozy up and journal or read or whatever it is that you want to do. But this card, Seven of Swords, is your permission slip to say no to other things, i.e., I have a bunch of dishes that need to be done right now, but I was like, I want to do this. The dishes will get done. That's just a very simple example. But maybe it's saying no to a friend or a client or whatever it is so that you can have time to yourself. Because the time to yourself is going to give you the space to define where you are going. Three of Wands, this card is your navigation. So hopefully from our guidance the past couple weeks, and if you haven't had a moment to do this, that's okay, do it this week. I was gonna say, hopefully you know what you want. Hopefully you know the destination, right? We've had a lot of guidance around define what you want. You don't have to do anything yet, but just define what you want. Well, this week is the time to start putting the plan in motion. Maybe you're not moving yet, but you are starting to create the plan alongside Spirit. How are you going to hear Spirit? How are you going to hear your intuition? Time to yourself. Silence to yourself. This Seven of Swords card, when you take that action to create the time and space for you, you might trigger other people. What? Frances doesn't have time for me? What? She's saying no to this? Why? Whatever it may be. You have to do it. Okay, this is not advice, so I can't say that, but this card is saying, like, in order to begin to put your plan in place for co-creating the things that you want, these manifestations that you're likely going to feel really inspired around this time to start creating, you have to spend time alone to be like, okay, at least what is my next step? Charting course, putting things together for how you're going to start efforting, taking action in your co-creation, and what you can surrender to Spirit, where the ease is in the plan. So this week, if you can carve out at least an hour to just be with yourself, no phone, no TV, this came up last week too, and this time though, start listening, receiving guidance, thinking, brainstorming. It doesn't have to be meditation. It can be very active, like very exciting and passionate. What do I want? Okay, I want that. So how am I going to start making that happen? I might not have every single step yet because there might be things that are out of my hands, but hey, that's where the ease comes in. That's where Spirit is going to come in, and I trust that. What can I do? And starting to put that in place. But again, you're going to feel like this time that you're taking is a waste of time because of the energy over here. There's so much going on. There's so much that needs to be done. This is so important to carve out the time for you, because final piece, there is a lot of energy moving. And in order to tap into it and optimize it, not be swept up by it, but actually like receive from it and start getting the ball rolling, the energy moving in a really lovely forward moving way, we have to have a little bit of direction first, and you define that first. Again, Spirit will come in and co-create alongside you, but you're going to get everything moving by creating time for yourself, even when it feels like you don't have it. Time for yourself to rest and time for yourself to brainstorm or think or plan or whatever it is for you. And this could be something as simple as meal planning, because you're like, I want to cook more. So I need to meal plan and I need to make my recipe list, to I want to start my business and this is how I'm going to do that. Anything at all. But time for yourself is imperative. It's not selfish. It's not a waste of time. It's really important because you are the foundation that they're talking about here. So we need to look at the studs. We need to break everything down and expose it through this self-reflection so that you can begin to rebuild, again, the life that you want, the energy that you want, the feelings that you want. That's the direction. and the destination, right? So I think overall this week, if there is one takeaway I want to highlight, is that it might feel really busy. It might feel really overwhelming. It might also feel really passionate and exciting, like you want to do this work over here. It depends on how this energy is resonating with you. Time for yourself is important. Let things go that are trying to go so that you can rebuild. Take the time to ground and slow down and practice presence in the everyday, and also this specific at least 1 hour to let your mind and your energy be free to daydream and plan and lean into like that really magical, dreamy energy, because that is alignment. Living out our dreams is living in alignment. Okay? Yay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, everyone. I love this for us. I'm excited to put this into action as well. Any questions, please leave them in the comments. Any ways that this resonated with you, I would love to hear that in the comments as well. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe. Share this channel with a friend who you think would receive from it. I would love to connect with your favorite people. If you feel called to donate to what I call the Love Jar, this is my PayPal donation link. I will leave the link to do so in the description box below. This helps me to show up with energy for you every week. Thank you so much for every penny that comes my way. I am so grateful. I'm sending so much love to you. Don't forget, you're good. Everything is good this week. And I just hope that you have a really lovely, inspiring week with some grounding and some self-care as well. So have a lovely, lovely week. I will see you next Monday.